Welcome to another episode of Living Life Juicy. My name is John Losey, and this is a podcast that is exploring how to be kind as you do great things. And that's what I'm challenging myself to do for this year and maybe longer. And I want to invite you along on this. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the last Try This at Home challenge that I offered. I'm going to share a little bit about what's going on in the juiciness of my life, and I'm going to leave you with another challenge. So first, how did the last challenge go? Well, the last challenge was all about win the morning so you can win the day. The idea that if you start off the day intentionally, then you set yourself up for success the rest of the day. And in the couple of weeks since I've been trying this, I got to say, the first couple of weeks, the first probably 3 weeks, I'd have to give myself an F. Maybe 30 to 40% of the time, I would actually be intentional about the morning and then move in my day with some idea of what I wanted to get out of it. Well, the secret that I learned towards the end, where I would give myself a C or a B, about 70, maybe 80% of the time, I would get up and intentionally go about my morning in a way that would set myself up for success for the entire day. And here's the key that I discovered. If I got onto social media or my email or TV first thing, well, first thing in the morning, it's all about my little boy, getting him up and ready to go. But if then I jump into email or I check Facebook, I found that I was distracted. I wasn't very intentional about what I wanted to get out of the day. And pretty much I went to my appointments and that was about it. There wasn't any really spark to my appointments or to my projects. But when I started the day without those distractions, without having the world tell me what it wants out of me, but with me thinking about how do I want to be present in the world, man, huge difference in how my day went. So that to me is the secret that I'm going to continue to try, is when I get up in the morning, no social media, no TV, take care of my little boy, which is my life, and take time to think through and get inspired so that I get what I want out of the day, not the other way around. So I hope, let me know if you're taking on these challenges. Let me know how you are winning your morning so you can win the day. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on in my world right now. And as usual, it relates to the challenge that we're going to have. So a few weeks ago, I started a project of revamping a storage area on the side of the Praxis Training into Wisdom World headquarters, which is a tough shed I built out in my backyard. And decided I was going to build a more solid structure for storage out there, moved everything out. It was a mess. Leaves had gathered up, and I'm pulling up decking and all that. So all the stuff that was back there, I had to move into the middle of the backyard. And it's clutter. I love my backyard, and it's a great place to hang out, but not right now. So in the midst of that, this was now about a week and a half ago, we're doing laundry in the afternoon, and we come back into the house to discover a big puddle in the laundry room and the bathroom. It had flooded. So about 4:30 in the afternoon, I call the insurance company. We do our best to clean everything up. And before they could get anybody out to help us, overnight the toilet overflowed. Well, what had happened is we had a clog in our main drain. So when anything went down, it came right back up and created a mess in the house. The bathroom had to be taken out. They lifted up all the flooring. We had to move everything not only out of the laundry room and the bathroom, but also because it went into the family room, we had to move everything aside. It's in disarray. In the midst of that, we had given away my son's old slide. He's too big for it now. And I had promised him I would make him a slide. So I'm in the middle of that project too. So my world, my external world, is in disarray. And what I discovered is that while business is going pretty good, family is wonderful, I'm unsettled. And I have a high tolerance for clutter. I have a high tolerance for disarray, but I've reached my tolerance. And what I'm feeling is this background uneasiness that I figured out is just all this stuff is cluttered to me. And it feels that way in my life now. That's not just my physical environment that's cluttered, my brain and my soul is cluttered as well. Actually relates to a podcast I did for another channel that I do. It was called Tidying Your Entryway. And I'm going to put a link to that because it speaks a lot to your external environment impacting your internal mindset. And so this is what my challenge is that I'm going to try and do over the next 2 weeks, is take care of the clutter that I can control. So the flooding and the damage to the floors and the walls, I can't control that. And it's going to be a couple of weeks before that's all done anyhow. But I can control the clutter in the backyard, the storage on the side yard, and my son's slide. So my challenge over the next 2 weeks is to tidy up my external environment at my house. And when I get that tidied up, my focus and my energy is going to be much more powerful and effective and efficient in the rest of my world. If I clean up and declutter my outside, life will become more juicy. So that's the challenge. Challenge this week, tidy up.
I like hot sauce. I like it hot, and I like it full of flavor. And if you like hot sauce too, you are going to love the Old Boney Mountain hot sauce collection. Lots of different flavors, lots of different levels of heat. As a matter of fact, the wonderful thing about Old Boney Mountain hot sauce is that it's got a whole range of flavors and levels of heat. From Lady of the Mountain, which is more heat or more sweet than heat. It goes great on ice cream and oatmeal and even as a salad dressing, all the way up to my absolute favorite is the Jarhead Red Reaper. It's hot and yet it's full of flavor. So if you're like me and you love hot sauce, then try Old Boney Mountain Hot Sauce Company. Check it out. It's great stuff.